today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And they'll begin by running the option. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's an early scramble reviewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson going to run again. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Tackle made by Kaiser White. You know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Here we go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, nice move. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
out. Now come the Eagles. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 21. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time, but looks like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurts.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
The Ravens offense back out there.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
13 yards remaining on second down. Here's Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
2nd down. Here's an option right. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Now here's the option play going left. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called
it.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Another run here with Sanders.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They go play action with Hurts.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Chuck Clark. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll He'll set up to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's 17-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the option going right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, boy.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Brett Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
That's into the hands of Prochet. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Jackson going to run. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have?
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 27, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up fourth down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Smith catches left side. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And once again, this is Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Come on.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Hurts. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
On any running play this called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, what a juke into space. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurts going to keep it again.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
They'll start with the option.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Second down at 5. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And some room to run now. And out across midfield down to the 45. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
On 2nd and 10, Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a 1st down?
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
His throw incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Hurts.
This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown
as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Ravens ready to take over.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. Down to about the 32.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
kicker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 22. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Sanders.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Giving it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Jackson options out left, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll look to throw.
Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quez Watkins, the intended target.
And that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays, because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. The drive will start with an option going left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson options out left, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Jackson to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got his man, it's Andrews. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Tucker now to add the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And connecting quickly with Goddard.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From just shy of midfield.
Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
69 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time
for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Play action. It's Jackson. Steps away.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
79 yards on the ground for him so far.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Jackson options out left. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Hurts and the Eagles now down by a field goal. Less than 90 seconds to go. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Into the hands of Sanders.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw.
And that's complete to Brown.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. Well, that's complete to Sanders. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 2nd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.